it's because we have such a strong inner circle. Is that person going to support you, or are they a hater?
Yeah.
Or are they just secretly just with you before your connections?
Yeah.
One bad egg. You heard it all the time, can actually bring the whole group down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Winners Club podcast, where even when we don't win, we learn, and learning is a form of winning. My name is Brian Tran. I got my co-host here, PJ Padua.
What's up, guys?
This is a business podcast, but also development podcast, talking about how we can grow, how we can make more money, going over my life and my mistakes and PJ's mistakes so that we can dissect it, understand it, argue with each other, get different perspective, and ultimately provide you guys the audience value.
Let's go, man. That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Guys, if you're loving the episode, do me a favor. Share this with five friends.
It's only been 15 seconds, but I hope you guys are loving it.
Bro, I mean, if you tuning in and you watched this before, just share, man. Just keep sharing.
Come on, guys.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah. So what you want to talk about today, Brian?
Today I want to talk about I was just kind of like looking at my life, man, and then I was like so happy with the way things are going, and then also just being able to show up to work every day and have a fucking jolly good time.
Yeah, for sure.
And being around such good people every day makes the job that much more enjoyable. Yeah. Because we had some ups and downs this year. Yeah. Like every business has its ups and downs. But I can honestly tell you guys right now that every time we had a what the F moment or shit didn't go right moment, it didn't faze me. Yeah. And it used to. Yeah. And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, what is this? Yeah. And I was like, well, it's because we have such a strong inner circle. Yeah. And I'll got to give credit to who brought up the idea, which was Patrick Bet-David's book, Choose Your Enemy Wisely. In one of the chapters, he talks about your inner circle. Yeah. Your guys, your dogs. Yeah. You know, if you're a lady listening, your women, you know, your what do they say? Actually, I don't even know what they say. Your women
dogs? I mean, I don't want to say what you're supposed to say. You know? But, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, dude, with my circle, right? Like our little circle here. I mean, and now our circle's not even little anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty big now.
But it's like we can pretty much get through, I want to say anything.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think so. I think that, you know, it makes the office fun. Everybody has really, honestly, a different personality, but everybody has the same goal in mind. And
strengths and weaknesses are different.
Weaknesses are different. But, you know, at the end of the day, everybody's here to, like, uplift each other, support each other, and, you know, just crush it together, you know?
Yeah, you know, and guys, you guys are watching my YouTube. You probably see Brandon 5000. You see Ray Louvet. Yeah. You see Patrick, you know, but there's a couple of, PJ. I call him Patrick sometimes, but we have a that is your name.
That is my name, but it's hella funny when you say that. Yeah.
But, you know, PJ is like your play name, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Patrick is your
business name.
Your grown man name.
My grown man voice.
But honestly, there's like Randy Garcia. There's Patrick Gonzalez. Yeah. There's Jonathan, who runs Focus Media. There's like so many people, right? Yeah. And we're all in this office together that we can bounce ideas. We can uplift. We can basically attack multiple different fronts for the same goals, which is to, you know, crush it and make money. Yeah. But
I mean, other than just like it being very pleasurable to be around, like what is like the benefits of having people who
when
are
you have
like
questions, like, okay, I mean, here's what I see so far with our circle. Let's say I need to meet somebody. Yeah. I don't know them. Mm-hmm. Well, I usually be like, yo, do you like Randy, do you know him? Yeah, I do. Yeah. You make the introduction. Boom. And Patrick talks about that in his book. Like, I think he says, you know, your circle, you're going to leverage them and rely on them for knowledge, for relationships, support. Mm-hmm. And so when you look at our team, that's basically what it is. Yeah. We created a support system that is looking to help each other, not hate on each other. Yeah. And ultimately just grow. Yeah. And then constantly go out there, learn something, bring it back, share it, talk about it. Yeah. And then, like, I think that, number one, keeps us from becoming stagnant, complacent. Yeah. And it just keeps us pushing forward. Because it's lonely. I mean, this business that we're in is lonely.
For sure.
Being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, people be like, oh, it's lonely. Yeah. And I would agree. Yeah. Until you build your inner circle.
For sure.
And now your circle is just like, you know, same mission, same goals. Yeah. We're all here to work. We're all here to have fun. We're all here to raise our family. We're all here to be the best person that we can be. Yeah. So let's do it together. And then it's not lonely anymore.
Yeah. I like that, man. But I want to ask, like, how, you know, maybe for the new lonely entrepreneur out there, or like maybe he's, been doing it, but he's, lonely. He's a lonely guy and doesn't have the inner circle. How does one create like an inner circle that?
So, I mean, it starts with your value. What do you
Yeah.
bring to the table? I think you have to ask yourself that and be like, okay, well, what's my strengths?
Yeah.
And then what are my weaknesses?
Yeah.
Because the book, I should have wrote it down and summarized it a little bit better, but, he has his ways. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think you first need to understand your strengths, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And then you need to fortify your weakness.
Yeah.
And you fortify your weakness by either hiring people
Yeah.
or, in my case, just partnering with people,
Yeah.
right? I'm not organized.
Yeah.
Guess who is, right? Ray is a little bit better than I am.
Yeah.
I don't like to read and do all that legal mumbo jumbo. Guess who is? Brandon 5000.
Yeah.
I don't have that creative eye.
Yeah.
I don't have that marketing genius. Who do I bring in? You.
That's me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got like somebody who's more direct,
Mm-hmm.
like somebody who's awesome at like connecting and all that stuff. Randy Garcia.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you basically just have to, you're building your team.
Yeah.
And you're probably wondering like, well, how much does that cost and all of that, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
Like build something together.
Yeah.
I don't, Randy and everybody else, like, dude, they know what they need to do.
Yeah.
Let's all like we set goals together and we're like, okay, well, we all need to bring in X.
For sure.
Is
this like, talking about the core 5? Is this more of like
it can also be business, but also could be friends.
Yeah. Okay. For sure. I was thinking.
I mean, you can have probably 2.
Yeah.
But I think the best
Yeah.
is when it's all mixed into one.
No, I agree.
You guys are all my friends. Like we're not drinking right now because we're on a 6-week challenge. But we we drink, we break bread together.
For sure.
We hang out.
Yeah.
We actually go like do stuff outside of work.
Yeah.
That's like, and then we work.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, dude.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that, that is the way to go. I mean, for me, like, if I want to hang out with my friends, it's usually people I do business with.
Right.
Like in some shape or form. Yeah, man, I mean, it was just a question, but I think even if you did have like, relationships, like when you're building like your relationships in your inner like circle, like sometimes there's no immediate value other than just like having the same goals in mind, like being like-minded, right? But those relationships are the one usually down 3-5 years that build in something where eventually, as you guys grow, like, oh hey man, like we should do this together. We should do this together now.
So like I think something you can do pretty easily. Well, because we're all self-employed, we're all kind of business owners at one point.
Yeah.
And I was like, just come into work.
Yeah.
Let's just work together.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do. I'll do what I need to do. But like, at least we're here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's why WeWork was so innovative at its time, because it's like one office, multiple companies.
Yeah.
Right. And the whole idea was to be able to just exchange ideas and talk to people and have a community. WeWork was basically an incubator.
Yeah.
And so that's what I kind of wanted this office to be. And I think it kind of is becoming that. But I say that's the easiest, and just talk to stuff. And, you can be on your laptop there. I can be on my laptop here, and we just chat like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever think maybe we could, if we were to combine these two, but unless it's like completely different industry, but oftentimes that's what it is for me. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. How could we add this?
We can actually do this together.
Yeah.
And probably attack multiple fronts and do a way more better job.
For sure.
Way more better job.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know
like
what I mean? A way better job.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
What else?
I don't know.
But you bring up a good point. Like I have some people that are in my circle, but are not in business with me yet.
Yeah.
Okay. And these are like friends that I've known who are, they're doing their own thing. But they're still business owners, to be honest with you. Everybody I hang out with is always business owners. But I'm like, you know what? You're just a cool guy. Like when we sit down and we have cigars or we drink, or break bread. It's like it's good to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And just bounce ideas. Again, going back to like what I said.
Yeah.
That's okay too.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that person going to support you, or are they a hater?
Yeah.
Or are they just secretly just with you before your connections? You know what I mean? Like you can kind of feel this, but that's kind of what you look for.
Yeah. Do you think having somebody like, bad in your inner circle like that, maybe you hang out with like throughout the week, having someone like bad around, do you think it like affects your productivity or your trajectory to like success.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give more context, but typically if they're a bad egg,
Yeah.
one bad egg, you heard it all the time, can actually bring the whole group down.
Yeah.
So you still have to like either check them
Mm-hmm.
or correct them
Yeah.
and like either get them out.
Yeah.
You are like, what is it? The sum of your 5 friends.
Yeah. You
Same
are the
thing.
one out of your 5 friends.
So honestly, you are like, if they're in your circle, chances are if they're doing dumb stuff, you're probably going to start doing dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Because then it's like they make it okay. And then eventually, if you don't say anything, if it keeps happening repeatedly and you subconsciously, you're going to be like, oh, that's okay. And then when it's time for you to do it, you're like, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So it is dangerous.
It is dangerous because I mean, it's like it's just like in the challenge. If you eat some chips in front of people, they might be like, "Oh man, Big Brian over here eating chips. Somebody eat chips."
Yeah,
I mean that is
it is
an example, but I mean it could happen.
But yeah, I mean, and another thing I want to bring up is like I've seen people rise and fall.
Yeah,
and the common theme that I see, say they didn't have a good circle.
Yeah.
They didn't have a good inner circle. Because also what a good inner circle does is they check you.
Yeah.
Going back to what we were just talking about, like, I mean, you don't have to be a bad egg, but they're also you become the board of advisors for each other.
Yeah.
And be like, nah, man, I don't think that's a good idea. Because now instead of just bouncing an idea by yourself, you're bouncing ideas with people that are actually in it with you.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, dude, that could actually take you down the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, and for real, I see a lot of people, and lately I've been meeting with a lot of people, for coffee, because I can't eat.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, and they're all like, "Yeah, back in my days, I was doing this, and then I lost it all."
Yeah,
and I'm like, how the hell did you lose it all?
Yeah,
and they tell you.
Yeah,
their circle was partying, their circle was drinking, their circle was women, their circle was, they blew all the money.
Yeah.
They didn't have clarity
for sure,
and then now they're still they're just trying to get it back.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're gonna get it back. You know what I mean?
I'm rooting for them though.
100%. But I'm just like, but it's like they won in a time like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like right now, it was a lot easier to make money talking to them back then.
Yeah,
like really easy because I'm in the real estate industry, right? Loans and real estate
for sure.
Back then, it was so easy to just get loans and just get paid.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if that's what they're used to, and they're trying to apply that kind of work ethic and all that stuff to today's time, you're just not gonna make that much.
Yeah,
you just won't.
Yeah.
But I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, for sure. They probably needed you more in their circle, bro.
But sometimes when I hear, I'm like, I'm like, damn, dude, you literally. I mean, if it's true, I mean, they could be woofing, but they're like, yeah, I was making $3-4 million a year.
Yeah, you're like, really?
How did you? I mean, like. $3-4 million back then was what it's like. I don't know, probably like 6 to 8 million now.
Yeah.
How'd you blow that?
Yeah.
Like, how'd you blow that in a year?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you woofing.
Yeah.
Like woofing. Because I'm like, show me the picture. What were you driving? If I made $3-4 million back in the early 2000s, I would have had all the sick cars.
Something nice.
Something
cool.
Anyways,
I'm gonna ask you one more last question.
Go ahead.
So, like, how does one try to build these relationships? Like, where and what do they do to, like, it's not easy for you. You might think it's easy now, and I believe it's easy now to like find and attract these, these type of people. But how does one find?
You're not gonna find them at the club.
That is very true, right? Dude. That is
It doesn't mean that you can't have a club promoter or a club owner in your circle. They might be the ultimate connector. They could probably connect you with, I don't know.
But you doing the groundwork on the dance floor is not going to get you. It's not going to get you your next.
Go where the winners are going. Go to like networking events. Go to I don't know what industry you're in, but when you're in that certain industry, I'm sure they have conventions.
Yeah.
Buy the VIP tickets. See who else is there.
Yeah, go to our event.
Come to our event.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, a lot of connections are made at our event.
For sure.
Actually, even in our own personal organization, like people come to our event and then they join us and now they're in our circle too.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's ultimately how you do it. I'm not going to say right away, like, oh, you're going to just build this thing overnight. It's not. Like sometimes, like I said earlier, like, we're not doing business together, but like, we become really good friends because we vibe well. We have the same core values.
Yeah.
And that's something you should talk about. I think that's a great question to ask people. Like, tell me what are your core values.
Yeah, I think what you said is really, good for the listeners, that it's something that doesn't really happen overnight. You definitely wish, at the moment you're like, I wish I could have this, but it takes time. It takes actual time and effort to build these relationships, right? Like it takes actual work. Like you're gonna have,
but take the time to do the work.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I mean, are there successful people who do this on their own? Always. But I'm telling you right now, I've been doing 10 years as an entrepreneur. I've done it. I started by myself. Worked my way up. And built the circle. And I'm telling you, once you have a strong circle, dude, everything becomes easier. Literally, everything becomes easier. Making money, building relationships, having fun. It's like, trust me.
For sure. Yeah. Go out there, guys, and try to like really put in work and invest in those, future relationships. Like actually plant the seeds. Like that is, I think the best analogy for it is you have to plant the seeds to build these relationships, right?
Whether it's guy,
be a good guy, like
provide value too.
Take out some coffee, take them out, be like, hey, show them some love, some respect.
Make time out of your day to just check in on people, talk to them, see what they're doing, see what they're up to. And ultimately try to figure out if your goals and core value align. And then the next step would be trying to either bring them into the organization, or maybe you have to join their organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, to be honest. Like, it's like, just be a good person, provide value, and it just kind of happens in a sense. But it does take time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But usually that group, you need like a visionary.
Yeah. Usually. You definitely do. Yeah, you definitely do. Or multiple visionaries. That'd be cool too.
Sometimes too many visionaries. Nothing gets done. You need like one guy with a big vision.
Yeah.
And then you need like executors. You need and then slowly build out from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like right now, you're building all the ClickFunnels and stuff. I don't know how to do that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Brandon, we're dealing with evictions and stuff like that. And Brandon has to deal with, he's not the lawyer on the job, but he still has to correspond, talk to the lawyer.
Yeah.
Because they speak the same language. They supposed to speak,
For sure, man. For sure.
But that's the podcast today.
Yeah, that's the podcast today. Well, guys, build your network out, man. Your network is your net worth. So just build that thing, man. I've definitely learned a lot from just the people that I've met, and even spending like an hour or two with them has kind of changed my life. So, yeah.
All right, guys. Share this with some friends, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast. Peace.